Hey guys, Steve from Life in 207 here. And I know it's been about 2 weeks since I posted a video. I've been busy down here in the shop, getting things organized and getting some stuff done, hanging with the family. It's been pretty slow. There's not much out there. There's no estate sales right now. There's no yard sales. There's a lot of snow and there's a lot of ice, but there's not a whole lot going on in the used tool world. So, this video, I got some scavenging finds, Facebook Marketplace, and then I'm going to show a quick tour of my shop and the stuff that I've done in the last few weeks, trying to get more organized. So let's get right into it. All right, the video you're about to see, the little tour here of my shop, is just kind of a general overview of the shop and its condition right now. It's not a full tour. I will definitely do one of those in the future, but I'm not entirely happy with how things are coming together, and I want it to be not perfect, because is anything ever really perfect? But I want to be the way I want it. So I'm gonna wait until that's done to do a full workshop tour, but I will do a walk around and show you what's been done in the last few weeks. And yeah. Okay, so we'll start here with my little workspace area with my workbench. As you can see, I got my nice Fortress compressor down there. It's super quiet. Some shop vacs, some stools, organization there, which is pretty organized, but I'm still working on. I have a nice TV to watch YouTube while I'm down here in the shop. Nice quartz space heater, which I find does the best job down here in the basement. Really makes you feel like you're sitting next to a fire. I got some of the tools I use frequently. Now, these aren't a representation of all the tools I have. They're just kind of what I put up there for now. These have been up for a few months now, and they've come in handy. Got some chargers up there. Some of the best screwdrivers I've ever used, Wera. I got this little stainless steel thing here for fluids and chemicals and such, stuff that I use very, very often. Got some more magnetic rails over here, and my nice collection of Craftsman red screwdrivers, which I'm going to do a video about sometime soon. And I've been working on the pegboard wall, trying to get things just kind of more organized and like kind of grouped together. This is my Yukon box that I started out with at work a couple years ago, and now it's home. This is actually not really full right now. I'm going to be doing some organization in there with all my sockets. As you can see right now, I have these Harbor Freight socket rails on the pegboard. This is not permanent. It's working right now, but eventually I have a system for this drawer here that I'm gonna try to work out. I'm having trouble finding socket holders that work for me. So I'm gonna make one, and I'm sure I'll do a video of that. We got some hex keys up here, some T-handled hex keys, which I use quite often. We got some ratcheting wrenches and some double box end wrenches here. And then all of my Craftsman metric and SAE wrenches. Now, I do have more, but this is what I have up on the wall right now. Here's my wall of tools. I do really like this track system, although if I could go back, I probably wouldn't have invested the money in the Craftsman Versa track system. I probably would have done something else, but it's already up now and I've been using it. So anything that I can put a hook on and sits up there nicely, that's where those have been. Here is the box I'm putting together for my son. This is a Craftsman box I found in an estate sale, and all of my single line V tools are going in here. They will be organized at some point, and this will be my son's if he chooses to take it. Here's another little Craftsman top box here. Currently, it's just holding my batteries. There's nothing else in here right now. I'm working on exactly what I'm going to put in there. Here's this nice Craftsman service cart, and I'm currently using it for the power tools I don't want to hang up. So that'll get filled up. I believe there's some more down there. Here's my Husky box, another box I had at work at one point before I picked up my US General box. This is just chaos right now, honestly. I'm not even going to open it. It's a mishmash of everything, and it needs to be organized. But that's for a future date, and that's why I'm starting to organize. I've got that Sears radio that I picked up in an estate sale. That thing's been working out great. I got that up here up top. It's always nice to be able to jam out to stuff in the basement. I moved this little metal box here. Originally, it was under my staircase. And right now, I don't know what I'm going to use it for, but right now it's holding gloves and such. If you pay attention to my videos, you saw that I picked up these metal shelves and I'm starting to put them to use, finding a spot for them. Down below, I have all my Craftsman stuff that I'm sorting out, stuff that I want to keep. So I just I have them all labeled, I put them in there, and then eventually, every once in a while, I'll go through with some rails, socket rails and stuff and try to put together sets. Again, mostly looking for single line V, but I have, all the older stuff labeled down there. Got some clamps. This is kind of where all my household stuff goes. I built this shelving unit last year. I probably should have went with something different, but it's working and it's holding up, so whatever. Here is my hardware station here, my little hardware cabinet. And I'm using the Harbor Freight little drawers there, little hardware drawers, and the bins down below. This is a work in progress. As you can see, everything's labeled. And I have some of the random stuff hung. It's not where I want it yet, but it's definitely a work in progress and it's coming together. I do really like these, but I'm going to make something to hold these on wheels and make it way easier. And then that'll give me some more space in here for more hardware. But yeah, if I needed, let's see, an M7 bolt, I know I have some right here, and they are by size. I just don't have them labeled yet. So for the most part, like some of these are like the 7/16 by 14. You can see it's labeled by size. So that's for my smaller stuff. And I have nuts and washers down below. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep using this system. It all depends on, I have so much hardware to go through. I'll probably fill these up really quickly, but that's what I have for now. It helps when I need, if I'm looking for something specific in a hurry. Right now it's helping keep organized. I have a shelf here with some random stuff, mostly tools in cases, and some stuff I just haven't had time to open. Got car parts, from my RAV. Here I got some, on this shelf, I got some tools that I just used those Harbor Freight ammo boxes, and those are great. And I just label them, and I know where my tools are. Like, see, I got Puller Tools 2, glue guns, a big magnet with paracord, so I just know where those are. Down below, I got some more organizers, which currently I'm just throwing some eBay stuff in there. That's, I don't know if I'm going to continue to do that system, but right now it's working. On this other metal shelf I got at the Restore, these are all consumables. So you can see I have solder, Sawzall blades, adhesives, wire brushes, PEX fittings, lag bolts, things that are eventually going to go away after I use them. So I'll just erase, like if I use all those lag bolts, I'll just erase that and put whatever I put in there next. But it just kind of helps me keep organized. And it's like, oh, do I need sandpaper? Well, let me see what I have in the sandpaper box. So trying to keep everything together. So far it's working. These aren't cheap. When they go on sale at Harbor Freight, I do go and purchase them on sale. So I don't usually buy them unless they're on sale. Currently, I have some free wood on these sawhorses here, and I've been making a few things with this. This stuff came off some crating at work, some really nice 2x4s. It's hard to say no to free wood. They were loaded with nails, but luckily I have a nail punch, pneumatic nail punch, so it made pretty easy work. I got my table saw here in the middle, and I've been using that for small projects. Over here I have my miter saw on a stand, cheap Warrior stand, and I move this around as needed. It doesn't have a permanent home right now. Behind that I have tools in sorted by their various maker, like, you know, that down there is SK and so on and so forth. And so those are basically when I'm putting together lots to give away or sell, and the same thing here. And I'm starting to group together some tools that I'm going to sell at the flea market because I just don't need them. Over here we have my grinder cart, my wire wheel grinder cart. I just recently purchased some fiber wheels, and those are nice. Glad to have those. I put them on the Delta here. And so yeah, this is movable, and I kind of need that in my workspace. I'm working with limited amount of space, so I just need to be able to move stuff around. I'm not really using these drill presses down here. They're kind of just sitting there. I'm not sure if I'm going to sell them, try to work on them. I got a sanding station down here and some various other stuff. All this is hardware that needs to be sorted, and because I'm starting to be a hoarder when it comes to bringing stuff home from work, that's where it all goes. It needs to be sorted. Like, I mean, look how many washers I have right there and miscellaneous stuff. That whole green box, that whole Craftsman box down there is just loaded with bolts and nuts. Got some miscellaneous home stuff here. Caulking, trash bags, gun cleaning supplies, paint stuff. It's all organized, loosely organized. This is the pile of tools, the big, heavy totes of tools that I need to sort through. This is all from summer of 2024. So I've got a lot of work to do. Those are just recyclable bottles that I gotta bring back, and I'm too lazy to do. This here is so heavy that I actually had to make my own dolly with some heavy duty casters and some of that free wood actually that I was just showing. I had this, all that weight on one of these cheap Harbor Freight ones, and I couldn't even move it. In fact, it actually broke this dolly here. So I created my own with some of that free wood, and now it moves a lot smoother. It's still probably right at its capacity, I'd say, for that dolly that I made. I got to get through this. I have a goal on the channel to definitely start sorting through this, deciding whether or not I'm going to sell it or keep it or donate it or send it to YouTubers who might want it. I just got to get into it. So I'm going to make a series out of that and kind of start keeping the things that I want, cleaning it up, restoring it, and then the rest of the stuff, making a decision. Do I want to sell this or do I want to move on from it? But that's been, all of summer of 2024, and I'm sure summer of 2025 will be another one of those. So I got to get a move on that stuff. Over here, we have a new addition to the shop. Well, I've showed it in a video before, but newer addition is this nice central machinery drill press that I got for a steal at Harbor Freight. I've used it a handful of times, and it's not in the perfect spot, but right now that's where it's going to be. I got this little, I think it came out of a van, but I put some wheels on it, and it's just holding my pneumatic stuff right now. I got this older Craftsman box set here that kind of just has a bunch of zip ties and miscellaneous stuff. Got some vices I need to restore down there. Over here on this filing cabinet, it's mostly just angle grinders, honestly, and a few other random corded tools. Got all my chemicals in this double French door style cabinet. And yeah, that's the tour basically of the shop right now. That's the current state. I'm going to be working more and more on this pegboard and this toolbox and that toolbox in the future here. I'm really excited to get those actually organized. And so when I'm doing projects, I know right where everything is. So I appreciate you guys checking out this tour, and stay tuned. There's also be some other stuff in this video. One other spot I forgot to show in the tour here was, this is kind of where I keep my scrap stuff. Now I am not a scrapper. I'd like to get into it more, but I just don't have time. But when I do come across stuff, I do separate it for the most part, and I will process it at some point. But you can see I got some copper, there's brass in there, batteries, and extension wire. So, you know, it all adds up, and it goes towards tools. So I can't, you know, rather see it go to the scrapyard than the dumpster. All right, guys, here's a look at the new tools that I picked up. Some of these are staying here for home, and some are going to work. I took advantage of Harbor Freight's 30% off under $20 for ITC members, and I stocked up on a few things and some things that I didn't have yet. I already have a set of these at home, or at work, sorry, and I needed a set at home, and those are the 11-inch straight and 90 plier set, and I needed a hose grip pliers for work, but I have them here at home, so I decided to pick up another cheap set for work. And I checked out these 11-inch pistol grip needle nose pliers, and they got a pretty good action to them, and I want to give them a try at work, so pretty good discount, 30% off on that. And I also picked up the long reach pistol grip regular pliers here, and these are 10-inch. So we'll give those a try. We'll see how they do. Icon's usually not too bad. I've been wanting to try these, what they're called, Wago connectors, I guess. But Harbor Freight has their own line now, so we'll see. I'm just going to use these for projects, not for, unless they're really good, I'm not going to use them for any actual electrical in my house, but probably just have them for projects. The Hercules 12-volt line, the ratchets recently dropped in price. I had the long reach in 3/8, and I've been wanting the little stubby guy, or just the regular 3/8 here, so this is going to work, and definitely excited to pay the cheaper price, because I'm pretty sure it was like between $79 and $100. I can't remember, but now it's $49.99. Picked up a cheapy Pittsburgh Pro torque wrench for 3/8. That is, let's see, what's the torque in here? I wanted something low, but I can't remember exactly what this one was. Of course, it doesn't say. Oh, here we go. 5 to 80 foot-pounds. This is going to work. It's just not going to be used on anything super sensitive, so I'm not too worried about it being cheap. But yeah, I had to keep borrowing somebody's lower end or lower torque wrench, and I'm getting tired of borrowing. So I picked up this Bauer glue gun here, and this was only $19.99, so I got the 30% discount. I already have glue guns, but I figured why not. Picked up these nice Hyper Tough, made in the USA. Look at that, made in the USA, lifetime warranty. What's this one? This one is the 36-inch. And I picked up the 25, both made in the USA. So supporting USA when I can. And these feel really solid. I've heard people say that these are good pry bars, even though they're Hyper Tough. I have had experience with a few Hyper Tough things so far, and I haven't been super disappointed. So nice to add these to the home shop. I have some cheaper Craftsman ones, like the newer Chinese Craftsman stuff, and they've already bent like crazy. I don't think I'm gonna have any trouble with these. These are very solid. Maybe someday I'll revisit them and see how they hold up. But I needed a good set at home. And I have 2 sets here of roll pin punches, and they have that little detent there, or ball there. And I got these for putting in roll pins and or taking roll pins out, specifically for 8HB W23s. Those are pallet jacks at work, and they're Toyota. And they, doing the load wheels, they have roll pins. And sometimes if you're, don't use, if you're being a little too quick, you can mushroom out the pin. It's not fun. Then you have to cut it out or drill it out, whatever. So I just picked up a cheap set of roll pin punches there to kind of assist in keeping them coming out clean. So that's what I picked up for new tools this week. All right, guys, I've had pretty bad luck recently. It's winter here in Maine, so there's no flea markets, there's no yard sales. There are indoor flea markets, but the prices on those are crazy because they got to, they got to pay their booth fee all year round. So yeah, it's not been great. It's been pretty dry. Probably a good thing because I have way too many tools to sort through. But the tool addict in me, I get that itch to go hunting for tools. Anywho, I did find something on Facebook Marketplace. I spent $25. What do you think? Do you think I got a good deal? These are SK made in the USA wrenches, and pretty big ones, starting in inch and a quarter, inch and a 16th, inch, 15 16ths, 7 8ths, 13 16ths. And I thought this was the 3/4 in SK, but it's industrial. Yeah, so sad. I was hoping I'd get a close to a complete set here, but whatever. I was actually asking the guy if he had any more of these wrenches because it'd be cool to have like the whole set down, but no big deal. I think $25 is a pretty good deal for these. I was looking on eBay just for this wrench alone. Just for this wrench alone, you could get $30. Now this needs to be cleaned up. It's got some, sat around kind of rust on there. But I don't know. Should I keep these or? I don't have that size up here in Craftsman right now. I do at work, but I don't here. So I'm not sure if I'm going to keep these or sell them. Make my money back and then some. I think I could easily get, if I sold this whole set on eBay, I could probably get $100 and definitely make triple my money back, but I'm not sure. I kind of want to keep them. I do like SK, but regardless, they'll need a quick cleanup just to get some of that surface rust off. And my dilemma is, do I keep them or sell them? What do you guys think? All right, guys, so I wanted to show you what I scavenged. A lot of this stuff came from the dumpster at work. I got these L bracket, like shipping metal brackets here, and yeah, I don't know. The hoarder in me, apparently, I've just come to accept it. The hoarder in me is like, how could I throw those away? How could I let those get thrown away? These came in, I believe these came off floor scrubbers. And they actually, on the floor scrubbers, they have holes where they bolt up from the factory, and then they just put it on a pallet like that. It just helps during shipping. My thought process was I will use them for some project, or they might be great just welding plates for when I bust open the welder and get back into that. So they'll be good scrap for that. And I also got the same thing here with these plates. But they're at a steeper angle here. So again, these might make great, if I cut them, they might make great things for projects, or I might just use them to lay some practice beads down in. Guy at work in his shop was throwing this away. This was put together. I'm gonna fix this light here. It's an LED light, and these are disposable, but I think I found the problem. And it's a simple issue to fix, so I'm going to do a video on that probably in the future. I'm trying to save as many things as I find at work that can be fixed, and just not let it go to the landfill. I mean, it stinks to see things just, a year later after purchase them, go straight to the landfill. So hey, worst case scenario, if I can't get it to work, I gotta, we'll snip this cord off. That'll go in copper. And we'll recycle that at some point, and maybe I can salvage the LEDs. But I think I know the problem for this, and I just got to order a small part. Actually, I don't even think I'm going to order. I'm just going to look around in my parts and see if I have something that will work. So we'll go over that in a future video. Here's my little box of things I bring home when they're about to go in the dumpster. We got some tie downs. These come in on our shipping you know, for certain forklifts or pallet jacks, stuff like that. So we have so many of these at work, they just get thrown away. I have a hard time letting them get thrown away because to me now I can use them as disposable tie downs. So that's pretty neat. We always get these little plastic bags here, and they're nice little plastic bags. This is where our parts come in, and again, they just get thrown away. And they're clean bags. I mean, besides having a clean part in them, I don't see why I would throw them away, because these are good for hardware. If I'm selling something, I can put it in here in the box. So I try to keep these when I have them or when I see them. You know, it's like the same thing with these little bags here. Great for organization. Maybe I'm just trying to convince myself. We got some copper wire here that was getting thrown away. It's got some connectors, some butt connectors on the ends there. This was something for my toolbox. This thing of tape was getting thrown away. That's great for shipping for me. This steel plate here, again, I'll either use that for a project or it'll be great for welding, like doing practice welds on. Got some more copper wire here, some automotive wire. We got a battery connector here for lead acid batteries, and I believe somewhere in here is the other connector that goes in there, or other terminal, I guess you'd say. And then just nuts and bolts and stuff, and again, all stuff that was getting thrown away. So more hardware for me to sort. And there was one other thing. It's not anything crazy, but again, free is free, and I will show you that right now. So there's more than what I'm holding here. There's like another 2 of these. Just some of that air cushion bubble wrap stuff. This is nice and clean. It came out of a charger that was getting shipped out, and they, you know, when I set them up, we just get rid of this stuff. So this, I sell stuff on eBay, and so this is always great to have. And I don't pay for shipping materials because you can find it for free. It's not hard. So I took a bunch of that home, and that's what I picked up for scavenging this week. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in to this week's video. Hopefully I will continue to have time to make videos. I'm actually, it's pretty early in the morning before work here. Life's been pretty busy with the family, so bear with me. And definitely in the future here, I definitely am going to be doing a series on the stuff I need to sort and clean up or restore, sell, donate, whatever. So that will be upcoming. I'll probably be doing at least one of those a week, hopefully, since it's so dry out there for tools. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.